It is the 20th of May 2023. A very good evening. Welcome to UBC News Tonight, live from the Now Avenue. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha with Mohammed on Sign Language. In our top stories of the day. Coming up, Premier Nabanja lauds President Museveni for empowering women. This year's Heroes Day to be celebrated in Luweero district. Ministry of Works installing security lights on Entebbe Expressway to combat crime. And more stories to come. Veteran radio and TV sports presenter Stuart Mutebi is dead. In UBC News Tonight, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, Reborn Nabanja, has lauded President Museveni for driving affirmative action agenda for women in the country. Nabanja recollects the unique 1.5 entry points for girl children students at university and leadership opportunities for women as avenues that have brought women forward. This was during belated Women's Day celebrations at Nkoko Town Council grounds in Kakumiro District, with women leaders joining in rallying masses behind embracing government development programs.
Welcomed home in style was the Prime Minister of Uganda, Reborn Nabanja, in Kakumiro District. She was here to officiate at belated Women's Day celebrations. No sooner had the anthems been played than she was guided through parade inspections. Majorly mounted by women, this was just the beginning of showcasing skills demonstrated by females. The display of the parade march past was clear agreement with the notion that what men can do, women can do better. Not only was Nabanja impressed, but also proud in the space provided for women by the head of state.
President yatandika ngateekako ebitundu ebitonotono abakyala beesimbe mu bifo ebyo era abamu era tukyayesimba ku ekyo bwe yamala ekyo n'ateekako abaana abawona okugenda ku yunivasite n'abawa point mugijjukirayo point emu n'ekitundu.
She further lauded the president for bringing women on the table of great leaders at all levels.
N'agamba abakyala mujje tufuge era mwena ne mufuga. So, President,
to join her in this gospel was the third Deputy Prime Minister and Minister without portfolio, Rukia Nakadama Isanga, decried domestic violence as a catalyst for poverty. Flanked by members of parliament and local leaders, both Nabanja and Nakadama rallied masses behind embracing government programs.
Programu za government muzahagire Parish mwambete modernizile na iwe wenyigiremu tuli hamu mwenyigiremu jimagira alimu omuntu obutototo obukyalimu nabo tujja kumutereza.
The occasion was also seized to distribute land titles to the locals. The land was purchased by government, according to Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Judith Nabakova.
Kakumiro Kibale ne Kagadi tuguze eka oba tuguze ttaka eryenkana yiika omutwalo gumu n'ekitundu emitwalo 15 mu 1,208 eby'ettaka gavumenti eribagulidde yadde ng'abamu ebyapa tetunnabakuba nti tutandise okubapima.
Land fragmentation erisayini ya bwavu n'abadde juzi esagize y'embalala ettaka balikozesa wamu ne basimbako erudda rw'ebitooke abaana ne basimbako emmwanyi ate wonna ne balundirako naye bw'ogabira omwana agenda kutunda ate ofune ekitajjaamu.
The event was also crowned by musical performances to the fun of the packed crowd. Joseph Mayanja, also known as Jose Chameleon, did what he loves to do best. Chameleon joined others in describing Robin Anabanja as a God-sent Prime Minister for Uganda.
Nebaza nnyo Mami Nabanja okutwagala. Tubali ba Prime Ministers bangi naye nga balina pamba mu matu. Mami oli mukwano gwaffe tukwagala.
The event remained colorful, with the party filled by musical performances going on and on and on. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Prime Minister Nabanja encouraging people of Kakomero to actually participate in the government projects. In more stories, Katakwi district is mourning the death of Etukoit Constantino, a renowned educationist in Teso sub-region. Etukoit passed away last Friday at his home in Katakwi Town Council. He has been battling with diabetes, mild blood pressure and other related illnesses since 2011. According to his son, Michael Elamaridi, his condition worsened in 2016 when he got crippled. While addressing mourners at the burial ceremony, Vice President and also Woman Member of Parliament for Katakwi District, Major Jessica Lupo described Etukoit as a professional administrator and a parent who nurtured a number of teachers and school proprietors within Teso sub-region. The Vice President, whose mother is a retired midwife and was recently awarded by the Ministry of Health for her outstanding and dedicated service to humanity, also attended Etukoit's burial.
Dali moen papa kia to tebe ageon lolo mama ngadu muni ko kungine lo sa chok ageon lolo iko kungino somero to nangetain ngesite otes to tokwana erae nguna no to masom kwa pa miditi toruneje poloningol letwanit konya ko tanga yala miki ni polo ko lwa koloda na ra ke le moyen papa ke atotebe age on lolo ale mo ko ngina kao ayanga rosomero abo chama ipup abu papa ka o chama ipup akirongun tonto tangeta na shoman igangit so ichora kinne no nebe jok apu ponoro kede jok ay choro
kai puch na kaloka subani papa amina na kai Yesu Kristo kai morokikina na kemoyolo agayon ikote.
Preparations for this year's 38th National Heroes Day, due on the 9th of June this year in Luweero District, are in high gears as political leaders, security and communities are working tirelessly to enable a successful day to commemorate the brave people laid down their lives in the Bush War. This year's National Heroes Day will be commemorated at Kasala Catholic Parish Playground in Butuntumula Sub-County and will be officiated by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
This year's National Heroes Day celebrations are to be held in Luwero District, the cradle of the national resistance movement. This year's celebrations will be held in Butuntumula sub-county. This is going to be the second time Luwero District hosts Heroes Day, and the last one having been in Zirobwe sub-county in 2017. Political leaders, security and communities, among others, in Luwero District are working tirelessly to ensure a successful Heroes Day to be marked on 9th June 2023. The Permanent Secretary, Office of the President, Haj Eunice Kakande, now wants the general public attend in big numbers.
It's this day, but the NRM is the ruling party. It's the ruling party. Therefore, if it's the ruling party, it has to cater for the nation. Therefore, it's not only political, but it's a day for reviewing what have you achieved. As you heard the other day said that we are going to look at what achievement have we made.
He was speaking to area leaders at Butuntumula sub-county in Luwero District. The Luwero Resident District Commissioner Richard Buabye Ntulume commended the NRM government for choosing Luwero to host this year's Heroes Day and encouraged the youth to participate in all activities towards the day of remembering those who lost their lives in the struggle.
Function for them because they don't know the history of their country. It is on such days that they can be able to understand where this country has come from and where it is now. So I want to mobilize them to come.
Or teaching them, but this should be a national program, especially it should be entwined with the patriotism courses in the Ministry of Education. It is very important for people to know the roots of their peace, the roots of their love for democracy, the roots.
Agaletebwa abana NRM mu ggwanga. Kyensaba abantu bonna nti tujumbire ennaku z'omwezi nga 9 tubeerewo Luwero Kasaala ku mukolo guno. Twanirize President waffe w'eggwanga omwagalwa waffe chairman w'ekibiina kyaffe mu Luwero.
Activities preceding the event will include renovating war heroes' monuments. Brian Tumwenebiaruhanga, Salongo Kasibante, UBC News.
Karamoja sub-region is to receive 47 billion Ugandan shillings before the end of this financial year for parish development model. So far, only 20 billion Ugandan shillings has already been remitted to the banks in Karamoja in the last 2 quarters for the parish development model. Leaders say there's need for quick transfers of money to the beneficiaries so that they use it for planned activities. Take a look.
A high-level stakeholders meeting has been held in Moroto District to discuss the implementation of the parish development model in the region. The Minister of State for Minerals, Peter Rokeris, PDM National Coordinator, Sozi Galabzi, officials from UBC, RDCs, political and technical leaders from the 9 districts of Karamoja attended the meeting.
We discussed these issues, look at the challenges, look at everything that we feel is not can be a challenge or can be a hindrance to the progress of the program, and we move as a team, both the political leaders and the technical leaders at the district.
The parish development model, specifically on data collection and the planned rollout of the financial inclusion system, which has to do with the parish revolving fund.
The Parish Development Model National Coordinator, Sozi Galabzi, explained that Karamoja sub-region is to receive 40 billion shillings before the end of this financial year.
2.5 billion for the 2 quarters, but we expect that by the end of this financial year they will have 47 billion for the Karamoja sub-region. So it's quite big amounts of money, and we believe that it will cause some economic transformation.
Leaders say Karamoja needs a unique parish development model design.
Are more in crop farming and livestock. And if you look at the intentions of this for many, if I'm not mistaken, 50% of them would want to buy livestock. And yet, that is one of the main causes of insecurity in Karamoja. What are we doing about it? Personally, I would advise that, I would suggest that restocking is given a hold in terms of these interventions, because they risk, because livestock votes will risk to be...
Of course, the enterprises are also going to differ here and there, but that is a decision that has to be collectively taken by both the technical people, the beneficiaries, but also the politicians on the other hand.
During the meeting, leaders aired out challenges they are facing in Karamoja.
And all these people are working in very turbulent waters. To work in Karamoja is not simple. So I bring to appeal to you, the leaders, let us continue, especially our officers in uniform.
Yes, I want to break something. I have a division in Kotudo municipality, which has only one primary school, with 30 villages, without electricity. Water is very scarce. You find a parish of 11 villages, sharing only one per home. So sometimes this PDM contradicts. When you read the second pillar, it says the PDM must facilitate this process, this pillar. Again, you go back and say this is not grant, this is involving fund. So look at this confusion. The second one, you are saying use this PDM to deal with the second pillar. The pillar again, the other pillar of financial inclusion, say no, please, by the way, me I'm the third one and I want this money back. So you can see where the problem is.
Leaders called for immediate release of the money to the beneficiaries' accounts.
The processes that are required for the people to receive the money should be fastened so that even by next week the beneficiaries should get. We have dispelled the excuse of the rain season has gone. No, there are things that can be done without the rain season.
Money has come, it has not gone out yet. They are saying they are going to do it, and these are just refused, trying to skill people on how to approach those. No, that doesn't fail the way other programs have been failing. And that's what the government wants. It is just to better the welfare of the people.
Adia Nakuti, Moreniga, UBC.
On a sad note, veteran sports presenter Stuart Mutebi Chwanuka has died. During execution of his duties, Stuart, as he was fondly known, exemplified professionalism that grew him from a youngster at Radio Uganda into arguably the best Luganda football commentator that Uganda has had and seen. After Radio Uganda, he moved to Central Broadcasting Services, then Super FM, with this punctuated by a stop at NBS TV before a return to the national broadcaster, where he worked at Star FM. We shall provide further details in our subsequent bulletins. Now, rest in peace, Stuart Mutebi. You fought a good fight, kept your faith, and you have finished your race.
Andra Kahonde, Salongo Kasibante.
Rest in peace, Stuart Chwanuka. Now, the Director, National Resistance Movement Mobilization, Rosemary Seninde, has met Kawempe leaders to learn and energize the party in Kawempe. The meeting was held at Makerere University Primary School, where hundreds stand up to air out their grievances. The leaders highlighted discrimination and bitterness as the main reason for underperformance of the NRM party.
Kawempe National Resistance Movement leaders have met with a delegation from the NRM Secretariat, which is on a countrywide mobilization tour to identify challenges affecting the party. It is here that the leaders disclosed how they have been discriminated upon, calling for unity among themselves to fulfill the party manifesto.
Nemutaka wembera bakuisa waliyo kino nemusirika kugenda kwongera okubulira mu ttaka. Muzimu gwenkwe twetaaga tugujjemu, naye omuzimu oguliwo gwa butayagaliza Esitina. Obuja. Abantu abamu ne tebataliye tebagala neighbor kirye.
The leaders asked the director NRM mobilization to set an appointment for them to meet the president, saying it has been long overdue.
Tugenda ne wabeerawo gap wakati w'obukulembeze obwa waggulu n'obukulembeze obwa wansi. Ekintu ekyo kijjewo.
Rosemary Seninde asked leaders to be role models, enthusiastic and monitor government programs.
Bataata bange mbabuulire ffe ffennyini ffe twagala okwettira ekibiina olw'ensonga kyama kya mapinduuzi ey'e Tanzania eyakulemberwa mukulu Nyerere eyafedda. Njagala obbabuulira ab'emikwano abakule abantu baayo be basapootinga ekibiina kubanga balina omutima gw'ekibiina.
She asked leaders not to look at the party as a fund but work for the party as their own to solve the party challenges.
Tutunuulire ekibiina kya African National Congress ekya South Africa kyaliyo nga ne Mandela tannagenda mu kkomera, naye ekibiina ekyo njagala okubabbirako n'okutuusa kaakati kyekiri mu buyinza. Oba President Museveni waali leero ne bwali bataliiwo ekibiina ky'NRM ffennyini ffe twandibadde tukibubira okulaba nga kibeera mu buyinza.
The director pledged to make a report about the challenges affecting the leadership of Kampala but asked them to ensure the NRM glory is restored in Kampala.
Ngenda kumakinga sure nti ensonga zonna ze ngenda okuŋŋaanya mu Kampala nzikolera ripooti gye ngenda okwanjulira pulezidenti ate mbirondole ne baministers.
Seninde asked leaders not to condemn President Museveni for the underperformance of the party, especially when it comes to corruption.
Bataata bange, Museveni akoze buli kyonna ky'alina okukola. Naye abajja mmere ffe bakola naye oluusi ffe tubyonoona.
She committed total support and time to the leaders and the party. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Talk with freedom. Get MTN Freedom Voice bundles that don't expire. Dial *100 *21# or my MTN app for more bundles. Together, we're unstoppable.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
She is the hope of our community. And as a community leader, I will talk to others about how we must protect her against child marriage and teenage pregnancy because it affects us all. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from pregnancy. Because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sawuti 116.
This is the University of Africa. On the streets, you get your real education. Here, everybody has a degree of something. But the most important qualification is imagination. Her reason to imagine is slay. His reason is to be the GOAT. Theirs is to take the beat and make it lit. They want to test edgy until it is fire. Their reason for imagination is to add riz in style. Her reason to imagine is finesse. And hers is to find what's new and bussin'. So no matter what your situation, just use your imagination.
Where does it come from? That thing that makes us Ugandan. That thing that makes us different from everybody else. Where does it grow infinitely? Some say it's in our history, in our culture, and in our hearts, in our warm smiles and vast miles of coffee, dairy farmland, and amazing maize fields. It's in our inherent pursuit to always be better, to never stop growing and glowing. So you see, we are more than just a waving flag. We are a nation of sweat and skills, a nation of ideas and inventions. But what truly makes us Ugandan is our quest to improve the quality of life for Ugandans by creating sustainable jobs, businesses, and improving household incomes. That's what makes us Uganda Development Bank.
Uganda Development Bank, inspiring development.
Did you know that you can safely and conveniently make your school fees payments anytime, any school, anywhere using Airtel Money? Oh yes! Simply pick up your phone and dial *185#. Select option 6, school fees. Choose between school pay, peg pay, or shore pay. Enter student number. Enter amount, confirm name and transaction. Enter Airtel Money PIN. A confirmation message will be sent to you upon a successful transaction. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Uganda is rich in natural resources and hard-working people. But to turn these resources into real progress and development, we need to invest in our infrastructure, education, and health care. That's where taxes come in. When we pay our taxes, we are investing in our country's future. We are supporting the schools that educate our children, the hospitals that care for our families, and the roads and bridges that connect our communities. And when businesses pay their taxes, they are contributing to the growth and development of Uganda's economy. They are helping to build a stronger, more prosperous nation for us all. So when you pay your taxes, you are investing in the future of Uganda and supporting the progress and development of our nation. Uganda is because of you.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
Thank you so much for still watching UBC News Tonight. And in more stories, Ugandans living abroad have been asked to always prioritize their home areas by involving themselves in funding various sectors to enable better future of their motherland country socially and economically. A Ugandan based in USA, Dr. Julia Migade was leading the delegation from the office of the National Chairman in Arimpati, Chambogo, on the familiarization tour to her Reborn Hospital under construction at Kiti in Wakiso District.
This is the multi-billion Reborn Hospital, funded by Ugandan based in USA for the last 26 years, Dr. Julia Migade in Kiti, Wakiso District, to ensure a healthy society through increased access medical services, primary referral services, among others. The over 22 billion Uganda shillings Reborn Hospital by Dr. Julia Migade is located on a 5 acres piece of land that is to reduce the number of Ugandans who have been yearning to travel abroad for treatment.
A hospital that is going to help my community here in Chiti and the neighboring villages, and we are bringing them services that are on international standards.
The proprietor of the hospital, Dr. Julia Migade, born in Semotu, Nakaseke district, was leading a delegation from ONC Chambogo on familiarization tour to the hospital, commended the peace and stability enabled her to support the health sector in the country. She, however, appealed to President Museveni to support especially in the construction of the Nursing Training Institute, tarmacking roads connecting to the hospital, and promised very soon the hospital will acquire a helicopter ambulance.
That we have a helicopter as an ambulance lifting our patients from wherever they are, and maybe if we can help them here, take them to bigger facilities before our facilities get bigger. Thank you.
The UNAA Special Envoy Kiza Saninde appealed to the Ministry of Energy to reconnect the hospital on the Bombo line to avoid road shedding, this to enable improved health services.
There is electricity which doesn't go off, the line which goes to the barracks. Let us be connected on that line. We don't want our patient to be in the theater and you say the power has gone off. That one should not be had at all.
The familiarization tour to the Reborn Hospital with officials from ONC was also aimed at inviting President Yoweri Museveni to preside over the official commissioning of the hospital. Sandra Kahonde, Salongo Kasivante, UBC News Tonight.
And that's all we had for you for now. Do join me again at 10 p.m. for more news coming your way. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha with Mohammed on Sign Language. Good night.
Good evening to you once again. I welcome you to today's weather broadcast brought to you by Uganda National Meteorological Authority in conjunction with UBC. I'm Ajezi Africano, your today's presenter. There is a reduction in wet activities in our country, and when we take a look at the satellite picture taken over Africa, it shows that eastern Uganda is having wet activities and areas around Lake Victoria. Tomorrow in the morning, we expect in the central area, Masaka together with Kampala to have a mixed thundery activities, but Mubende and Nakasonga is expected to have a mixture of clouds and sunny conditions. In the eastern, we expect Jinja and Toro to have light rains, but Soroti is expected to have a mixture of clouds and sunny conditions. In the western sector, we expect Kabale and Mbarara to have a mixture of clouds and sunny conditions, but Kasese together with Masindi are expected to have light rains. And in the northern sector, I expect most of the parts to have a mixture of clouds and sunny activities, apart from Lira, which is expected to have light rains. But in the afternoon, there will be a pickup. Nakasongala will have thundery rains, but Mubende, Kaba, Kampala and Masaka expected to have light rains. In the eastern, we expect thundery rains in Jinja and Tororo, but Soroti is expected to still have a mixture of sunny and cloudy conditions. In the western sector, we expect most of the parts to have light rains like Kasese, Mbarara together with Kabale, but Masindi is expected to have showery conditions with thunder in it. In the northern sector, we expect most of the parts to have light rains with temperatures between 30 degrees to 31 degrees. Elsewhere across the globe, we expect London to have cloudy conditions with 19 degrees. Then Cairo is expected to have 36 degrees with sunny conditions. Dubai is expected to have a mixture of clouds and sunny conditions with the temperature of 42 degrees Celsius. And Nairobi is expected to have a mixture of clouds and sunny conditions with the highest temperature of 26 degrees Celsius. Thanks for being with us. Stay tuned.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Talk with freedom. Get MTN Freedom voice bundles that don't expire. Dial *100 *21 hash or my MTN app for more bundles. Together, we're unstoppable.
So this is my general perception. One, that this project entered in strategic areas of government,